Ever feel like you're running on autopilot, stuck in a hamster wheel of unproductive habits? You're not alone. These little things may seem harmless, but they silently chip away at our strength and well-being. But what if these weren't just harmless habits, but subtle weaknesses holding us back? Weaknesses not of the body, but of the mind and the spirit. There is a way out. It's called Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers practical tools to overcome these weaknesses and forge a life of inner strength, resilience, and fulfillment. Today we'll uncover 8 habits that make you weak and show you how Stoicism can transform them into your greatest allies. Habit 1. Procrastination of time, the slow leak of strength. Imagine this. You wake up with a to-do list a mile long. Emails stack up like unread novels. That overdue report whispers from your desktop, and that gym membership gathers dust in the corner. But instead of tackling these tasks, you find yourself scrolling through cat videos. Sound familiar? Procrastination, the seemingly harmless act of putting things off, is actually a silent thief of our strength and well-being. It weakens our willpower, chips away at our self-confidence, and whispers insidious lies about our capabilities. The Stoic antidote, memento mori, and the power of now. The ancient Stoics had a powerful counterpoint to this modern malaise. Memento mori, Latin for remember death. This stark reminder isn't morbid, but empowering. It urges us to acknowledge the finite nature of time and prioritize what truly matters. As Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Instead of fearing death, the Stoics used it as a motivator to squeeze the most out of every precious moment. This isn't about living on the edge, but about consciously choosing how we spend our time. It's about not letting the present slip away in a haze of later, conquering the procrastination monster, bite-sized steps and embracing discomfort. So, how do we break free from the procrastination trap? Here are a few Stoic-inspired tips. Chunk it down. Break down large tasks into smaller, actionable steps. That daunting report becomes an outline, then research, then writing sections. Suddenly, it's not a mountain to climb, but a series of manageable hills. Embrace the discomfort. The first step is often the hardest. Acknowledge the initial awkwardness, the resistance to starting, and then do it anyway. Remember, growth often lies outside our comfort zone. Focus on the process. Don't get caught up in the end goal. Savor the journey, the act of doing, the satisfaction of progress. Celebrate the small wins. Along the way, by remembering our mortality, memento mori, focusing on the present moment, and taking actionable steps, we can transform procrastination from a weakness into a catalyst for action. We can reclaim our time, our strength, and our ability to shape our own destiny. Remember, the choice is yours. Let time slip away in a fog of laters or seize the day and make every moment count. The power lies within you. Try the Pomodoro technique. Set a timer for 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a short break. Repeat this cycle and witness the procrastination monster shrink before your eyes. Let's move on to the next habit and explore another way Stoicism can help us build inner strength and live a more fulfilling life. Habit 2. Negative self-talk, the echo chamber of doubt. Imagine this. You finish a presentation only to be bombarded by a symphony of self-criticism. "That was terrible," your inner voice sneers. "Everyone could tell you were nervous." Just another failure. Negative self-talk, the constant stream of self-deprecating thoughts, is a corrosive agent, slowly eroding our self-esteem and confidence. It whispers doubts, magnifies insecurities, and paints our world in shades of inadequacy. These internal attacks chip away at our ability to take risks, try new things, and reach our full potential. The Stoic antidote, amor fati, and embracing our imperfections. Enter amor fati, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, meaning love of fate. It's not about being passive or unambitious, but about accepting what we cannot control and focusing on what we can. We can't erase our past mistakes or change external circumstances, but we can choose our response to them. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, urged Marcus Aurelius. Instead of dwelling on self-criticism, let's practice self-compassion. We are all human, prone to errors and imperfections. This is not a weakness, but a fact of life. By accepting our fallibility, we can stop fueling the fire of negative self-talk. Reframing the melody, exercises for positive self-talk. So, how do we silence the inner critic and cultivate a chorus of self-affirmation? Here are some Stoic-inspired exercises. Challenge the narrative. When a negative thought arises, question its validity. Is it truly objective or simply the echo of past insecurities? Challenge its power and reframe it in a more positive light. Practice gratitude. Focus on what you can be grateful for, your strengths, your accomplishments, the good things in your life. Gratitude can be a powerful antidote to negativity. Craft positive affirmations. Write down positive statements about yourself and repeat them regularly. I am capable. I am worthy. I am learning and growing. These affirmations, like seeds of confidence, will slowly blossom into self-belief. Remember, you are the conductor of your own internal orchestra. You have the power to silence the negative voices and orchestrate a symphony of self-compassion and positive self-talk. Keep a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This simple practice can shift your perspective and cultivate a more positive mindset. Let's move on to the next habit and explore another way Stoicism can help us build inner strength and silence the inner critic. Habit 3. Avoiding challenges, the comfort zone's illusory safety. Life's obstacle course. Imagine this. You stand at the foot of a challenging climb, a path riddled with obstacles and uncertainties. But instead of taking the first step, you turn back, seeking the familiar comfort of the flat plains below. We've all been there. Avoiding challenges, while seemingly safe, weakens our resilience and stunts our growth. It traps us in a comfort zone that feels stable, but is actually stagnant. The Stoic antidote: dichotomy of control and embracing the climb. The ancient Stoics offered a powerful tool to navigate life's obstacle course, the dichotomy of control. This philosophy teaches us to distinguish between what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and emotions, and what we cannot, external circumstances, other people's actions, and outcomes. By focusing our energy on the former, we embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and development. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Instead of fearing difficulties, the Stoics saw them as training grounds for resilience, courage, and adaptability. Every obstacle overcome strengthens us for the next, shaping us into individuals who can handle whatever life throws our way. Transforming fear into fuel, strategies for embracing challenges. So, how do we conquer this fear of the unknown and turn challenges into catalysts for growth? Here are some Stoic-inspired strategies. Reframe your perspective. See challenges not as threats but as opportunities to learn and improve. Embrace the discomfort knowing it's the fertile ground for personal growth. Start small. Break down large challenges into smaller, achievable steps. Taking that first step, even if it feels shaky, builds confidence and momentum. Focus on the process. Don't get fixated on the end goal. Savor the journey of overcoming obstacles. Celebrate your progress and appreciate the lessons learned along the way. Remember, avoiding challenges only keeps you stuck in the comfort zone. By accepting the dichotomy of control, embracing challenges with courage, and focusing on the process of growth, You can transform even the steepest obstacle into a stepping stone towards a stronger, more resilient you. Visualize yourself successfully overcoming the challenge. See yourself feeling confident, competent, and proud of your achievement. This mental rehearsal can boost your confidence and prepare you for success. Let's move on to the next habit and explore another way. Stoicism can help us face challenges head-on and transform them into triumphs. Habit 4. The material maze, trapped in the search for stuff. The never-ending shopping list. Imagine this. You walk into a gleaming mall, overwhelmed by a torrent of possessions. The latest gadgets, designer clothes, luxurious furniture, all whispering promises of satisfaction, of happiness just one purchase away. But the truth is, this endless pursuit of stuff can do the opposite. Indulging in excessive materialism leaves us unfulfilled, anxious, and trapped in a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. The more we chase possessions, the more the goalposts shift. What seemed enough yesterday suddenly feels inadequate today. This insatiable hunger for more distracts us from true fulfillment, from experiences, relationships, and personal growth. It leaves us empty shells chasing shadows of happiness in the aisles of stores. The Stoic antidote, embracing virtue and living simply. The ancient Stoics offered a stark counterpoint to this modern obsession. Focus on virtue, not possessions. They believed that happiness comes not from external things, but from living a life of virtue, courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance. A virtuous life, focused on doing the right thing for the right reasons, brings inner peace and lasting satisfaction, regardless of wealth or possessions. Epictetus, the Greek Stoic philosopher, said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Instead of chasing the endless cycle of desire, the Stoics urged us to appreciate what we already have, live simply, and find joy in experiences and relationships. Breaking free from the material chains, tips for mindful consumption. So, how do we escape the siren song of materialism and embrace the Stoic path to inner peace? Here are some practical tips. Challenge the desire. Before buying something, ask yourself, do I need this or do I just want it? Is this purchase driven by genuine need or fleeting impulse? Practice gratitude. Focus on what you already have, the things that truly matter, your health, loved ones, meaningful experiences. Cultivate an attitude of thankfulness. Invest in experiences. Spend your resources on meaningful experiences, travel, learning new skills, creating memories with loved ones. These investments leave lasting joy, unlike fleeting possessions. Embrace minimalism. Simplify your life. Declutter your physical space and prioritize experiences over stuff. Remember, less is often more. Remember, true happiness doesn't lie in the number of possessions you own, but in the richness of your life, your experiences, and your connections with others. By embracing Stoic virtues and practicing mindful consumption, you can break free from the material maze and build a life of genuine fulfillment and inner peace. Try a no-spend challenge for a set period. This can help you break the habit of impulse buying and reconnect with your true needs and values. Let's move on to the next habit and explore another way. Stoicism can help us break free from the chains of materialism and find true happiness in a simpler way. Habit 5. The validation vacuum, craving approval but starving your soul. Imagine this. You post a picture online, holding your breath for the first like, the comment, the validation that your existence matters. This constant hunger for external approval, from our peers, our bosses, even strangers on the internet, weakens our self-worth and leaves us vulnerable to disappointment. We live in a world obsessed with likes and shares, where our value seems tethered to the fleeting opinions of others. This dependence on external validation is a bottomless pit, never truly satisfying the gnawing emptiness within. It forces us to conform, to bend to the whims of others, to lose sight of who we truly are. In seeking someone else's approval, we lose our own. The Stoic antidote, eudaimonia, and the strength of virtue. The ancient Stoics offered a powerful antidote to this validation hunger. Eudaimonia, living a life of virtue. This philosophy argues that true happiness comes not from external praise, but from living in accordance with one's virtues, courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance. When we focus on being the best version of ourselves, on aligning our actions with our values, we find an inner strength and self-worth that no external validation can ever match. Epictetus, the Greek Stoic philosopher, said, "It is not what we think or say that matters, but what we do." Instead of chasing fleeting approval, the Stoics urged us to focus on living a virtuous life, to do the right thing for the right reasons, to find satisfaction in our own integrity. Building your fortress of self-acceptance, exercises for finding inner worth. So how do we break free from the validation vacuum and find our own strength and value? Here are some Stoic-inspired exercises. Quiet the inner critic. Challenge the negative thoughts that whisper doubts about your worth. Remember, your flaws and imperfections are human, and they do not define your value. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, acknowledge your strengths, and celebrate your achievements. Treat yourself with the same understanding and support you would offer a loved one. Align your actions with your values. Live authentically, make choices that reflect your true self, and follow your own internal compass. This congruence will build confidence and self-respect. Focus on your contributions. Find meaning and purpose in your actions, in contributing to your community, in making a positive impact on the world around you. This outward focus can cultivate a sense of internal worth. Remember, your value is not measured by likes or comments, but by the kind of person you choose to be. By embracing eudaimonia and practicing self-acceptance, you can build a fortress of inner worth that no external validation can ever breach. Keep a virtue journal and track your progress in embodying Stoic virtues. This can help you stay motivated and celebrate your growth. Let's move on to the next habit and explore another way Stoicism can help us build inner strength and find true happiness within, independent of external validation. Habit 6. The emotional avalanche, drowning in unprocessed feelings. Imagine this. A wave of anger crashes over you, triggered by a hurtful comment. You shove it down, bury it deep, hoping it will disappear. But like a dam holding back a raging river, suppressed emotions eventually burst forth, often in unexpected and destructive ways. Ignoring or avoiding difficult emotions weakens our emotional intelligence and resilience, leaving us vulnerable to emotional avalanches. We live in a culture that often frowns upon negative emotions, labeling them as weak or unacceptable. This fear leads us to suppress, numb, or avoid anything that makes us feel uncomfortable. But these negative emotions, anger, sadness, fear, are part of the human experience. They serve a purpose, sending us valuable signals. Ignoring them is like trying to navigate the ocean with a broken compass. The Stoic antidote, negative visualization and embracing the emotional tide. The ancient Stoics offered a powerful tool for dealing with difficult emotions. Negative visualization. This practice involves mentally preparing for challenges and setbacks, acknowledging the possibility of negative emotions, and practicing how to respond to them in a healthy way. By anticipating the wave, we're better equipped to ride it, rather than be swept away. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Instead of fearing negative emotions, the Stoics urged us to accept them as temporary phenomena, like passing clouds across the sky. They taught us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, responses, and actions, rather than trying to control our emotions. Building your emotional resilience. Tips for healthy processing. So, how do we weather the emotional storms without getting swept away? Here are some Stoic-inspired tips. Acknowledge your emotions. Don't judge or suppress your feelings. Give them a name, understand what they're telling you, and allow yourself to feel them authentically. Express your emotions constructively. Find healthy ways to express your feelings through journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or engaging in physical activity. Bottling up emotions only adds pressure. Challenge negative thoughts. Don't get caught up in self-blame or catastrophizing. Reframe negative thoughts with more balanced and realistic perspectives. Focus on what you can control. You can't control how you feel, but you can control your reaction. Choose to respond to your emotions with mindfulness and self-compassion. Remember, negative emotions are not weaknesses, but signals telling you something needs attention. By embracing negative visualization, accepting the impermanence of emotions, and practicing healthy processing, you can build your emotional resilience and navigate the waves of life with strength and grace. Practice mindfulness techniques like meditation to become more aware of your thoughts and emotions and develop the space to observe them without judgment. Let's move on to the next habit and explore another way. Stoicism can help us build emotional resilience and ride the waves of life with greater ease. Habit 7. The anchors of regret, chained to yesterday's mistakes. Imagine this. You replay a past mistake in your mind, a missed opportunity, a hurtful word spoken. The regret claws at you, holding you prisoner in a world of what-ifs and should-haves. Clinging to the past with its regrets and failures hinders our ability to move forward, to grow, and to build a fulfilling future. We become chained to anchors of regret, forever adrift in the sea of could-have-beens. The burden of the past can weigh us down, stealing our present joy and paralyzing our future potential. It whispers doubts, erodes our confidence, and keeps us stuck in a cycle of self-blame and missed opportunities. This dwelling on the past becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, preventing us from embracing the possibilities that lie ahead. The Stoic antidote, amor fati, and sailing into the present. The ancient Stoics offered a powerful antidote to the anchors of regret, amor fati, Latin for love of fate. This philosophy doesn't ask us to condone our mistakes or pretend they didn't happen. Instead, it urges us to accept everything that has happened in our lives, good and bad, as part of our unique journey. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, stated Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. Instead of dwelling on what we cannot change, the Stoics encouraged us to focus on the present moment, where the power to act and change things truly lies. They saw mistakes not as failures, but as learning opportunities, stepping stones on the path to growth and self-improvement. By accepting the past and focusing on the present, we are free to navigate the open waters of the future with courage and wisdom. Casting off the anchors, techniques for letting go and forgiving. So, how do we release the anchors of regret and set sail into a future full of possibilities? Here are some Stoic-inspired techniques. Acknowledge your regrets. Don't suppress or ignore your feelings. Acknowledge the pain, understand what your regrets are telling you, and then let them go. Practice self-forgiveness. We are all human, prone to mistakes. Forgive yourself for your past actions, learn from them, and move on without holding on to guilt or shame. Focus on the present. Shift your attention to what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and choices in the present moment. This is where your power lies. Embrace amor fati. Accept everything that has happened in your life, even the difficult parts, as part of your unique story. This doesn't mean condoning everything, but seeing it as part of the journey that shaped you. Remember, the past is a prologue, not the entire play. By practicing self-forgiveness, focusing on the present, and embracing amor fati, you can cast off the anchors of regret and set sail towards a future brimming with possibilities. Write down your regrets, and then write down what you learned from them. This can help you process your emotions, let go of the past, and focus on moving forward. Let's move on to the final habit and explore another way. Stoicism can help us break free from the shackles of the past and navigate the currents of life with greater peace and purpose. Habit 8. The isolated island, lost in a sea of self-focus. Imagine this. You live on a beautiful island, surrounded by crystal-clear waters and lush vegetation. But there's something missing. No laughter of friends greets you, no shared meals, no helping hands to lift the burdens of life. This island of self-focus, while seemingly idyllic, isolates us from the human connection that nourishes our souls and gives meaning to our existence. Neglecting the well-being of others, failing to contribute to the greater good, weakens our sense of purpose and community. We become lone voyagers in a vast ocean, adrift without a compass, our lives lacking the richness and depth that comes from building meaningful connections and serving a cause beyond ourselves. The ancient Stoics offered a powerful antidote to this self-enclosed existence: universal brotherhood and living virtuously for the benefit of others. They believed that we are all interconnected, part of a vast cosmic web, and that our well-being is bound to the well-being of others. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, urged Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. Instead of living for ourselves alone, the Stoics encouraged us to cultivate compassion, empathy, and a sense of social responsibility. They believed that by living virtuously, practicing justice, courage, and wisdom, we contribute to the good of the whole, making the world a better place for ourselves and others. Building bridges. Not walls, ways to connect and contribute. So, how do we navigate away from the isolated island and build bridges of connection with the world around us? Here are some Stoic-inspired ways to contribute to the greater good. Practice compassion and empathy. Develop the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Offer a listening ear, a helping hand, and a kind word to those in need. Engage in your community. Find ways to get involved in your local community, volunteer your time, and support causes you care about. This can be anything from mentoring youth to helping with environmental projects. Live with integrity. Act with honesty, fairness, and justice in all your interactions. Your ethical conduct ripples outward, impacting the lives of those around you. Promote cooperation over competition. Remember, we are all on the same side, facing the challenges of life together. Collaboration and cooperation are key to building a better future for everyone. By embracing universal brotherhood, practicing compassion, and actively contributing to the world around us, we can transcend the limitations of our self-focused island and embark on a journey of connection, purpose, and meaningful service. We can weave ourselves into the vibrant tapestry of humanity, leaving the world a little brighter with every act of kindness, every moment of shared joy, every contribution to the common good. Remember, no human is an island. By practicing Stoic virtues and reaching out to others, we can build a life of true fulfillment, interconnectedness, and lasting impact. We've journeyed through 8 insidious habits that, like silent thieves, chip away at our inner strength and happiness. The procrastination of time, the poison of negative self-talk, the comfort zone's seductive trap, the insatiable hunger for material possessions, the hollow pursuit of external validation, the storm of unprocessed emotions, the anchors of clinging regret, and the isolating island of self-focus. But here's the powerful truth. We are not bound by these weaknesses. We hold within us the antidote, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. By embracing its principles, we can transform these detrimental habits into stepping stones on a path to a better life. Stoicism offers us focus on what we can control. Instead of chasing shadows, we can channel our energy into things that truly matter, finding peace in accepting what lies beyond our reach. Cultivate inner strength. We can conquer self-doubt with positive affirmations, face challenges with courage, and find true happiness in a life of virtue, not material possessions. Embrace Embrace the present moment. Stoicism teaches us to let go of regrets and anxieties, savoring the richness of the here and now, free from the burden of the past or the fear of the future. Connect with others. We are not meant to be islands. By practicing compassion and contributing to the greater good, we weave ourselves into the tapestry of humanity, finding purpose and fulfillment in acts of service and connection. This is your call to action. Explore the vast ocean of Stoic wisdom. Read Seneca's wisdom, meditate on Marcus Aurelius's thoughts, delve into Epictetus's teachings. Put Stoicism into practice. Start small, incorporate Stoic principles into your daily life, and witness the transformation for yourself. Share your journey. Inspire others. Teach a friend about Stoicism, share your experiences, and let's build a community of strength and resilience together. Step beyond the limitations these 8 habits impose. Embrace the transformative power of Stoicism, and discover the life of inner strength, meaningful connection, and lasting fulfillment that awaits. Remember, your journey begins now. Take the first step and find your own path to a life truly worth living.